pretty good. Obviously still getting comfortable. Bright lights, dark stands, it's a lot different. But they did a lot of work today, got through some really good routines, and then everything else we took notes on what we can improve on to get ready for prelims.
What were the goals for today?
Today was to get through routines on pommel horse, parallel bars, and high bar, and then a couple vaults and half sets at least, or passes on floor exercise. We knew we were going to be tired going into the last event, but we pushed it a little bit more than we have in the past. We have 2 days before prelims instead of 1, so a little bit more recovery before we begin.
Was all around being decided today at podium training?
Everything was being decided today after podium training. We had a really good idea of who was in the running, but we got to see who's acclimating, who's adjusting and firing to the equipment and everything else. So, there's still evaluations that need to be done, but I think we're going to lock it in pretty soon.
Are you head coaching here? And how did that come about? Have you been in that position before?
Yeah, so at DTB, I was acting as head coach. I consider it more like a team leader, as well as Pan Am Championships, and that's something that some of the athletes have requested and felt like I was able to look at all the guys very well, considering all the national team camps that we've had recently, and they all felt really, really comfortable with me. So I said, sure, why not? Let's give it a go.
Running on from that question, as a national head coach, what are you guys doing this year to, ensure that the potential is reached? You guys obviously have a great shot at a team medal, and what are the cultural focuses that have been implemented this year, if any?
Yeah, so last year, just to create the whole picture, we were really pushing difficulty, trying to catch China and Japan. Consistency drops a little bit. I don't know if you're familiar with the bonus system. Basically, this year, we've cut it in half, so it's not as effective as far as your final score, but still a little bit more incentive. But we want to increase the consistency, and so that's been the focus for this year. And next year, no bonus, 100% consistency. So there's just kind of a runway that have been the last 3 years that we're trying to achieve.
You talked about acclimation being a key factor in choosing the lineups. Last year at the World Championships, Asher had a really hard time in podium training and then came and knocked it out of the park. It looked like he had a pretty rough day today in podium training as well. Do you take that into consideration about an athlete's ability to have a rough day and sort of bounce back quickly?
I guess that means he's on track.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Brett.
Yeah, thank you.